Kirsch go like full CrossFit style.
Next.
Red wine increases optimal sleep allowance.
How's the cut going?
Yeah, good. Getting IV already. What about you?
Yeah, man. Doing this every day.
No progression, right?
No.
No heavy lifting.
I don't know what's going on.
Sheer amounts of training. Jumping on the bike. Get the pattern colours out. We're feeling good?
Yeah.
And everything we shouldn't be doing, stop doing it. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Peak Collective podcast with myself, Shane.
And Luca.
And we are here to chat no BS and just fitness. Today, we are in a brand new environment of my FitPod in Berkhamsted.
Yep, something different today. We thought we'd change the scenery. So we're actually going to show you guys a little workout. We're going to do some back and biceps whilst we're chatting actually what we normally talk about, some topics. Hopefully you guys enjoy a different type of episode. See what we can do.
Let's crack on with a session.
How's your shoulder feeling?
Yeah, it'll be all right. Hopefully. Take my shoulder out of it. I'm not going to go too heavy.
Nice.
How's your back feeling, all right?
Yeah.
Trained with Neil the other day, didn't you? Trained with Neil the other day as well.
Yeah, did chest and triceps yesterday and Neil absolutely killed me. Then, go. And then,
Nice, he's a warm-up set.
obviously just did the Spartan, 2 days ago?
Well, he's going to be shot at you, man.
Damn sore. But,
So here, for those of you that don't know, this is going to be a bent over row. You've got overhand or underhand grip. We are working the top and mid of our back. It's a warm-up set. I'm carrying an injury. Luca has just finished the Spartan race. So we're going to deload a little bit, train a little bit, see what we can kind of push out as well.
Yeah.
Whilst we have a conversation with you.
yeah, a little bit different for Shane. Normally trains more CrossFit style, so I thought I'd take him for a back and bicep workout.
I have not trained like this in a very long time. So how did you find Spartan? Obviously, if people don't know, Luca did complete the Spartan race. If you follow us on Instagram or the Peak Collective itself, you'll know that he completed it.
Yeah, it was good, man. I, just took it quite easy.
Quite
That's
easy.
what the person did this easy. But no, it was hard. The hardest one was probably the sandbag. I had to carry a sandbag under some barbed wire, through some manure, then put it in a sled, then push it, then pull it, carry it some more. Yeah.
And the fact you're trying to convince me to do this and that it's a good idea.
Yeah, 21k next
It's not
time.
working well.
Easy.
No.
But nah, what I wanted to do, and hence why we're changing the scenery today, guys, is I wanted to actually try and have some topics whilst we're training. I think it's a cool aesthetic to actually just have a conversation at the same time. So one of the first things I wanted to bring up was Ozempic.
Ozempic.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about. Cool. For those that don't know what Ozempic is, let's take a bit of a description into it.
Yeah, so let me quickly do this warm-up set. But Ozempic, new weight loss drug. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of it.
It's basically going to take over the industry in, 10 years?
Yeah, I'd imagine. I mean,
For all probably the wrong reasons.
it started off as a drug for type 2 diabetics.
Yeah.
It started off as a weight loss drug like 15 years ago.
So it's been around for a while as well.
Yeah, it's only really blowing up because they only found out recently, probably in the last couple of years, that it also makes you lose a ton of weight. What's your thoughts on it?
There isn't a thought in it. I don't like it.
I'm in two minds. I think the biggest issue we're kind of having right now is the fact that, there's people that only need to lose like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But then instead of actually just looking at their habits, training, etc., they're looking at just, I'll go on this drug, I'll lose a few pounds, I'll probably go up a little bit.
It's again like what we said before with the charlatan tactics, which isn't that much, but in terms of it's a quick fix. People don't need to wait 20 weeks and look after their sleep and their nutrition recovery. They can just take this, pay a lot of money for it, which we'll go into in a minute. Not need to understand their body.
Yeah.
We're going to?
I was zoning out, but if you want to go up even more.
Oh, I thought you were throwing a 21. You can bend that, right?
Yeah, it'd be fine. Just thought you were going light.
No, yeah, this is for you.
Yeah, what were you saying?
It's just a quick fix. It's the same as everything we've spoken about, and people don't want to put a lot of hard work in. Their trainer will be 10 weeks out, maybe even 10 days out from a holiday, and they're like, I've seen this, I don't mind paying £1,000 a month for this because I only need to pay it twice.
Yeah.
I look incredible on holiday.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest issue with it, is those quick fixes, and they're not then looking at the side effects coming from that drug.
Yeah, who does side effects? Who searches it?
The majority of the weight you'll be losing is going to be muscle.
Yeah.
Bone density, pretty much.
Yeah, so you're losing all your tissue and everything you're building up. But,
yeah.
you know, you've looked at the scale, you've lost weight, so in their mind, it's a quick fix, they're going to look fantastic on holiday.
I noticed the other day, I was watching, do you watch The Boys?
Yeah. I
noticed a ton of actors and actresses just loads of weight on that show. Guarantee Ozempic.
Some of them will be, or they'll be on some sort of enhancement.
It's just, they have that look. It's a bit more gaunt.
Because it's such a quick weight loss, you lose all nutritional values, you lose all the tissue, like you said, bone density, muscle mass, to lose the weight, but it doesn't necessarily mean the body fat's coming off.
No,
You're just dropping all weight from your body.
My biggest view on it is more, you know, if you're morbidly obese, if you are type 2 diabetic, which the drug's actually intended for, it's probably worth it because the risks of those diseases and future diseases that can come from that are much, much high risk. But at the same time, what I do believe is, and I was saying this to a client the other day, is go on it for like 3-6 months if you are morbidly obese or whatever else. But I still think there should be a point where you then hire a coach or someone else to then help you.
Yeah, you have to then come off it. You can't stay on it.
It's the same as it's the same as a crash diet. You lose all the weight within 3-6 months.
Where'd you go after that?
But then you're just going to put all back on again, unless you get someone to actually help you.
100%. And understand, because you taking this tablet or supplement, you know, once a day for a month and paying X amount for it, doesn't mean you're going to understand how your body works, how it recovers, how it grows, how you manifest this brand new form you're trying to look into.
Yeah.
You've got a quick fix that you don't understand, so as soon as you come off of it, you're going to go back into your cycle and you're going to be unhappy again. Next year, when you book your holiday to Ibiza, what's the only thing that worked and was different is you took Ozempic and you're going to jump straight back on it and waste £1,000 a month again. If you're in the cycle that you don't need it for type 2 diabetes and things like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think...
Nice short, sharp reps, I like that. That's a bit of me.
I just think...
How many did you go for?
I think it was 8.
Might do 6.
He said not to go heavy, but... just careful with your shoulder, mate.
Like it. So we're going through, obviously talking about people, quick fixes, trying to use this as Ozempic for holidays and stuff like that, but you are obviously on the fence where you think proper obese and type 2 diabetes is the way forward with this drug?
Yeah, because the risk of being morbidly obese, do you want to go down a bit or do you want to...
We'll last set, we'll jump on.
The risks of being morbidly obese, the risk of being type 2 diabetic are much the risks of that outweighs the actual risk of Ozempic and other drugs that are similar. Because there's a huge ban of them, there's GLP-1, they're called. There's a brand new one that just recently came out from this year. But, yeah, that's kind of my stance on it. But, yeah, I just think if you just go lose like £10, £15, honestly, it's probably even cheaper just to hire a coach.
It'll be miles cheaper. I mean, if we're charging anywhere near that, then I'm in
you
the
probably
wrong
hire a coach, get a meal delivery service.
Have a private chef.
And maybe not a private chef, but like...
You could be close to it, though.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be much cheaper. I mean, I know in America, I think it's $1,200 a month. And that's
crazy.
It's nuts.
But people like a quick fix. It's convenient, and that's what people buy in for.
It'll be interesting how it's going to impact our own industry as well.
Yeah, like you said, we reckon, what's it estimated, in the next 10 years, it's been the next big thing. Yeah, so it's still early doors, like it's been around 15 years. It's still in its early stages because it was a medicinal use, and now it's coming out as this quick weight loss drug, if you like. And it's only going to get more popular, and more people are going to replicate it.
Yeah, there's a theory that eventually it's going to become a pill form rather than injection as well. So then
exactly, so it's only going to get even worse as well.
And like easier to get as well. Yeah, let's move on. Let's get a superset. Chin-ups, Meadows rows. Do what, 3 sets?
Sorry, it's just making my mic sure I was on.
8 to 10 reps?
Yeah, 8 to 10 rep range. I'm only going to go 3 to 5 chin-ups just because of my shoulder.
Yeah.
A big one at the moment is training and alcoholism.
Yeah. Drinking
alcohol just in general.
In what way?
Do you drink a bottle of red wine a night?
Why?
No, because genuinely, I was actually talking to someone the other day, right? One of my clients this morning was like, oh, I had a bottle of red wine last night, and I went, an entire bottle. And he went, yeah, you know, I saw this thing, red wine's apparently good for you compared to most alcohols. And I was like, it's like one of the most higher calorific alcohols there.
Yeah.
And produces the most amount of body fat in high consumption. But he is right in terms of there was a study done in America for a university that red wine increases optimal sleep allowance. Did you know that?
No. Why does it do that?
Because it's a relaxant. How many times, you don't drink, but
No.
would someone, or did you in the previous, drink a glass of red wine and you feel tired? It makes sense.
Very true.
It relaxes you. It doesn't raise your blood sugar level, doesn't spike it. So you have a glass or a bottle before bed.
A bottle.
You get a very good night's sleep. That is not me preaching that we should be drinking a bottle of red wine a night, by the way. But it's interesting that someone done a study on it and found out that it can actually increase optimal sleep.
But do you remember the thing I actually did the other day?
Yeah, I do. And I know exactly where you're going with this.
So it's not to tell you guys not to drink, but there was that list. It was the highest risk drugs in the world. What ranked number 1?
Alcohol.
Yeah, body.
Alcohol is the worst thing you can put into your body.
Yeah.
Per unit.
But it's done by different things. So obviously to do with actual physiological health, so like actual how you feel, things like that, illnesses, diseases.
Yeah.
Not just that, it's also looking at things like hit and runs, looking at domestic abuse, things like that as well. Yeah.
There's also
That's why
outcome
it ranks
side
so
of it as
high.
well.
It's like, I think the second one was like crack cocaine and heroin.
Yeah. But the fact a unit of alcohol is worse for your body than heroin
Yes.
is crazy, by the way. Again, do not use heroin.
No.
Do not go and use it.
But I think it's one of those things that in our culture we're just so used to drinking just being part of it.
Yeah, it is a big bit of society, casual drink and meeting up with friends and colleagues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I also think there is a place for it. So we're on the fence here, if you don't know. Luca is in sobriety. He's sober.
Sobriety. Talking to an alcoholic.
Doesn't drink anymore.
Basically, my stag do was such a mess. I was like, I don't want to drink anymore.
Yeah,
So
that's how bad it was.
drinking.
I myself, obviously, have grown up with the culture. I do, not to a big, vast amount, but I am still physically quite fit, I'd like to say. I'm nice and strong. I look after my heart, my lungs, my liver, so I also know what I'm doing with it. I'm not an alcoholic, so I don't consume it on a daily basis. But obviously at the weekend and stuff, or occasions, I wouldn't overly say no to stuff, but I do look after the amount of content I'm having when I am drinking.
I think it's like anything on like nutrition. There is the everything in moderation thing.
Yeah. There was also a study on athletes that I actually saw this on Mind Pump.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, nice.
Where there is no place for drinking alcohol with athletes. Mm-hmm. However, as we know, we've all seen like the Jack Grealish when he's won the Premier League and stuff, goes out on a bender, goes to Ibiza. Footballers go there, rugby players are known for drinking, obviously, on occasions when they can. But it's actually been proven that the social aspect of drinking and being with friends and having a good time is better longevity-wise for survival and lasting a lifetime compared to drinking alcohol, how much you actually consume and how detrimental it can be for you.
I mean, there was the study where they showed that socialising is also what keeps you longevity-wise, not just obviously diet, nutrition, and exercise.
So with the social aspect,
yeah, I get that.
It could counteract that argument.
I get that.
But it doesn't mean you can drink a bottle of red wine a night.
Speaking of athletes, have you heard about the enhanced games next year?
Yes, I have. I'm actually quite excited for it. Are you?
Yes. I'm really excited for it.
So those who don't know, the enhanced games is where this agency, this governing body, if you like, of sport, are going to try and make an Olympic Games with enhanced athletes, unenhanced athletes on different medical purposes of drugs, steroids, anything you'd like to go out with that, and see how many world records they can break. And if there's a standpoint that it actually does improve performance or if it doesn't.
Yeah, I think I watched them on Joe Rogan the other day, the guys that actually are doing it. One of the main things they're looking for is to actually kind of show how many of the Olympians were on steroids anyway.
And how close they're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if they don't break any world records.
Kind of proves it.
Might kind of show that a lot of them were.
But then how long have they been training for?
True, I think
there's a lot going into it, yeah.
And
I, for one, am excited
though. MMA, which is going to be nuts.
Imagine like a Brock Lesnar, but on steroids, even more jacked.
Even more steroids.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for it. I think, obviously, we've got the Olympics this year anyway.
Yeah, so that'll be a good standing point going into next year with it.
Yeah, but it'll just be interesting.
Yeah. Really exciting to see, especially the strong lifts, Olympic weightlifting.
Yeah, and I think, I can't remember, it was Olympic weightlifting, gymnastics, MMA, I think swimming and the 100 metre. They're doing 5 sports.
The power events, basically.
Yeah, the most interesting events.
Yeah, the ones we watch, right?
Yeah. Right,
should we sign up?
One more set, right? Sign up.
Joking.
It's me next, isn't it?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Not on the
Oops, just look at it, I was like, what?
But yeah, speaking of steroids, the amount of people, I don't think people realise how many people are actually on steroids in general.
I think people are very naive to it, and we've said this in a previous episode as well. Especially with movie stars, film stars, actors, singers, all of that.
Gym.
Yeah. Even public gyms.
Saw a statistic the other day, 75% of gym goers, just regular gym goers, would say that they would do steroids or think of doing steroids, and 35% admitted that they do steroids.
So someone's
admitted. So, what were you saying?
That how many people, like you said, are on or have thought about or will be on enhancement steroids, drugs and stuff like that inside the gym. How many of them, that percentage you said it was up to like 98% all in all, who has actually researched or spoken to a doctor, physician on the side effects? No. What can actually happen? You know, you might look jacked, you might look like, you know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Chris Hemsworth, but man, if you're not getting yourself checked, the PTSD that comes after it as well, it's not really nice.
Some dodgy, like PT, back alley.
Dodgy PT. Is that how you speak about me?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
But nah, I think...
Look at you in a jacked vest, you can't even see my arms on this.
Yeah. Yeah, so many times, like, I've had clients, especially like in consultation, they'll show me like a picture of Chris Hemsworth, The Rock.
Every single time.
And they'll be
I had one at Brock Lesnar once, I know I've already mentioned him. I had one in 10 weeks.
Even a smaller side, like just a conventional bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And then the amount of people that are just naive to the fact that so many people are actually on steroids. Yeah.
But I suppose it's easy for us to say because it's in our industry, so we can see it, we recognise it, we understand why and who's on it.
100%. If you asked me, I don't know, 15 years ago, if I thought all these people were on steroids, I would have been like, no, that's just how you look when you train.
I was 10. I was 10.
Yeah. I was only 15.
I wouldn't even have known. True.
I'm not that much older than you.
You are. I don't think you know what shotgun meant.
I think what's going to be interesting is the natty or not with Ozempic now. Because...
it's going to make it even worse, especially for the shredding.
Way less people natural.
Yeah. Because it is an enhancement at the end of the day.
It is. It's an artificial hormone.
And technically so whey protein, right? But
like, nasal sprays.
Good lad. Yeah, it's crazy. Have you seen the side effects of them as well? So many people have jumped on them.
It's all these drugs that you do just for vanity, which is the sad reality.
Also, his tan isn't a nasal spray. He's just come off holiday.
No,
just going to clear that up.
I just think...
You've just put the weight up.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for the warning.
It's all right. You put my better words at 80.
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, I just think too many people are quick to just want to go on drugs for the vanity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I know people will look at like what we're doing now, bicep curls, and think of that as a vanity thing. But
no, this hurts. It's
obviously,
plus I'm going away in 4 days.
Obviously, like we want to look good. Like that is a portion of why we train. But at the end of the day, that's probably like
look good, feel good, right?
Probably about number 5
for me.
Why I actually train.
Mine's obviously always has been and probably always will be a performance aspect.
Yeah.
So obviously with a rugby background, I've always gone. I need to be better than someone else in the team, so I get my starting jersey, my shirt, or I need to be better than the other guy I'm facing. You know, otherwise it's going to bang me, it's going to hurt. And now obviously with CrossFit, you know, you can do individual, paired, teams, competitions. I don't want to let myself down in a competition. When you know your peak performance, I don't want to let someone else down if I'm doing it with them as well. So still for me is that performance aspect. But I think looks are in there as well, man. Not for, you know, being vain, but it's also a pride of you're looking after your body. Yeah. It's like a business, right? If you work hard in your business and you get successful, it's a story you've got to tell. And I think that's the same with your body.
Yeah, I think for me it's kind of a few aspects. Like
I didn't want to rest anyway.
Sorry?
I didn't want to rest.
No rest.
Straight through.
We'll do the last set on this. We'll just finish off some hammer curls.
Sweet.
But yeah, I think for me it's a mixture of longevity, especially since my daughter was born. That again, performance.
Yeah, especially with you and your comps as well, doing spot and race.
Yeah, spot and race, and then obviously I want to get like really into martial arts again.
Performance is a good measure as well because you can see where you are at both testing weeks.
But also just I mean, looking good is part of it. Like as you always joke about the dad bod thing, like I do want to look good, you know. But
you got a great dad bod.
But I would never do a drug or an enhancement or anything just to look good.
No,
you know?
no, not just to look good.
I actually, for me, not saying that it's the right thing to do, I actually understand using drugs for performance.
So do I.
Vanity.
I personally know so many people who use it.
Yeah, because then you're actually doing it for an actual reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Versus you cutting
just to look good in the mirror. Because also people don't understand with the abuse of it, you're never going to look good. Oh, I want to inject this because, you know, I want to get to 18-inch arms and, you know, I want a chiseled six-pack.
Yeah.
But someone's going to have 19-inch arms and you're going to chase another steroid to get even bigger biceps. You're then still caught in the same trap, but you've just killed off your body.
You see it all the time with people on steroids where they just consistently keep going up and up and up in doses. Because how big is big enough?
Well, it's not. You're never going to be happy.
You know? I mean, I look how I probably wanted to look 5 years ago.
And you're still chasing it, right?
Oh, I'm still chasing it.
100%. Was that heavy, was it?
How last rep was.
Can I just go like full CrossFit style?
No. Next next one you can. Take me through a CrossFit workout.
So guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the Peak Collective podcast. It's a bit of a change of scene and energy for us, so hopefully it brings something new to you whilst we get a bit of a chat and still hopefully making you learn a whole new stuff while we're doing it as well.
100%. I think we just wanted a change of scenery, show you guys just a little training session as well, and how quick it can actually be. Just
doesn't actually need to be that bad, right? To get a good session in.
Cool. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you can. Follow us on Instagram. Don't forget, ask us any questions in the comments below on Spotify, YouTube, and probably, you said soon, probably Apple Podcasts.
Getting onto it, Apple Podcasts, have music, Audible. We're going to get it on every platform. It's available for every single person who listens to this. As Luke said, if you are listening, put it on the Instagram story, tag us, because we would love to see who is listening. And once again, thank you very much.
Thank you.